But I think all the arrangements are in order. I have gotten from very many of my polling agents this morning that everything is in place. I haven't heard of any complaints.
And regards to security.
Yeah, well, the commissioner has given me the commitment that everything will be taken care of. And I don't think that there's going to be any security problems today. I hardly think so. People appreciate the fact now that it must be peaceful and that, the political will of the people is going to be heard. So I don't see any security issues whatsoever. But assuming there is, I am certain that the commissioner and his men are going to take care of it.
Was the restriction at the border really linked to the coronavirus? We're hearing the PUP saying it is more an effort by the government to suppress votes.
Well, I think that was the reason, the health reason. And suppress votes? Well, when I suppose you're getting desperate, you're going to make use of all kinds of excuse. But lots of countries are indeed making certain prohibitory orders in relation to entry into a country, and that is what we're doing. The minute you don't do that, they're going to say, well, you're not taking charge of your health situation. Now you do, there's a kind of a negative about it.
But will the risk remain after the deadline?
Yeah, the risk will remain. The risk will remain, and that I am certain that we may very well continue that. We will have to get the various systems in place to ensure that we can check almost every person entering Guyana now. And the earlier that we do it, the better, and we'll continue it. That's my opinion on that measure. It must be continued.
Okay, if you can give an assessment of the campaign, and now that today is election day, do you have any concerns about voter apathy?
No, I think the voters out there are hyped up. And as a matter of fact, by virtue of all the rallies, including the rallies of the opposition and other small parties and all of that, they have done everything to encourage voters to come out. And I don't see any voter apathy. And I don't see any signs of it this morning from the photographs that I've seen in my WhatsApp. So it is not any voter apathy. I think you're going to have a high turnout today.
Based on any preliminary assessments that you may have been receiving overnight, or any other type of information, what recommendations would you have as far as improvements are concerned?
In connection with what?
In connection with the electoral process, in connection with voting, in connection with security, anything at all you would like to see improved?
Well, at this stage, no. That's a question that, I wouldn't be able to answer. You'd have to... Look, there have been times when there have been a little troublesome comments made by people that could make, negative things happen. But the trouble is that is always a thing in democracy. Sometimes the overzealous speaker, the overzealous activist say a couple of things. But that's the norm in a democracy, and that there's nothing you can do about that. And so we have to live with that, just like the Americans live with it and the British and everybody. But if there is a specific thing that you have in mind and you can ask me, well, in relation to a challenge, well, I certainly answer, but I don't see any. Not much at all.
What is your message to voters today?
Please turn up and vote for AP and UAFC.
At the end of the day,
I'm campaigning still.
At the end of the day, whoever has the best ground game is the party that wins. How confident are you about the ground game of the coalition?
I'm very, very confident. And that last rally with that massive crowd has even given me more confidence. And I believe that we are going to do better than 2015.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being
the maximum,
where would you place the coalition?
10, winning the election.
Do you anticipate any legal challenges to the results of the election?
No, I don't see that happening. At the end of the day, it will come down to basically the count. And since we have the independent chairperson there, and she knows what she's doing, I doubt whether there's going to be any petition.